The adult monkeys, sensing danger, scrambled down branches, their eyes darting to the forest floor. What they saw sent shivers through them, a massive snake, coiled and ready to strike, with two smaller snakes slithering nearby. The troop knew this was no ordinary threat, their little one's life was at stake. The leader of the troop, a strong and battle-scarred male, let out a piercing cry. The troop rallied together, their screams shaking the treetops as they descended in unison. The first strike came from the snake, its fangs flashing as it lunged at the baby. But before it could land a bite, the mother monkey darted forward, pulling her baby to her chest with lightning speed. Enraged, the snakes hissed, curling tighter, ready for round two. That was when the troop launched their counterattack. Some monkeys hurled branches and stones, others clawed at the snakes from above. Their coordinated defense turned into a chaotic yet powerful battle. The snakes struck repeatedly, whipping their tails and striking out with deadly precision, but the sheer numbers of the troop kept them at bay. The fight grew fierce. One brave young male leapt directly onto the largest snake, clawing and biting furiously. The serpent writhed and twisted, but the monkeys never backed down. With teamwork and unrelenting determination, they forced the snakes to retreat deeper into the undergrowth. The forest finally fell silent. Victory was theirs. The mother monkey held her trembling baby close, rocking it gently, while the troop surrounded them protectively. The baby was safe, saved by the courage and unity of its family. In the wild, survival often depends on strength and cunning, but on that day, it was love and bravery that won. The monkeys knew the predator was still nearby. Their leader, the dominant male, gave sharp barks to rally his troop. Each sound carried a warning: stay alert, stay ready. The monkeys formed a circle around the mother and baby, their bodies tense and their eyes locked on the shadows below. Suddenly, a violent rustle came from the bushes. The serpent emerged, striking with blinding speed. Its long body arched high, and its fangs glistened in the fading sunlight. The troop scattered slightly, but not in fear, rather, to confuse the snake. They had learned that moving together in chaos could overwhelm even the most dangerous enemy. One young male monkey leapt from a nearby branch, landing on the snake's back. He clawed at its scales, his sharp teeth sinking into its flesh. The serpent thrashed wildly, its tail lashing like a whip, striking the ground with terrifying force. The troop screamed and shrieked, their cries echoing through the forest. This noise wasn't only a display of anger, it was also a call for backup. Other monkeys in the surrounding trees began to gather, their instincts drawing them toward the battle. The mother monkey, meanwhile, clutched her baby tighter, moving higher into the branches. She knew her role was to protect, not fight, but her eyes never left the scene below. Every movement of the snake, every strike, every counterattack from her troop was etched into her memory. She knew that without them, her child would have been lost forever. The fight grew more brutal as two smaller snakes joined the larger one, hissing in fury. Three predators now faced the troop, their bodies slithering across the forest floor with deadly intent. The monkeys had numbers, but the snakes had speed and venom. It was a battle of persistence versus precision. The largest snake lunged again, this time narrowly missing an older female monkey. She screeched in rage and swatted at it with a thick branch she had grabbed from the ground. The impact stunned the reptile, giving the troop another chance to attack. Several monkeys descended together, pulling at its body, trying to twist it into submission. The serpent writhed violently, sending two monkeys tumbling to the ground. One landed hard and limped away, injured but still alive. The troop's determination never faltered. They clawed, bit, and screamed in unison. Their unity created confusion, overwhelming the snakes, coordinated strikes. It was a raw display of survival, a family bound by loyalty, facing down death with nothing but courage and instinct. As the battle raged, the forest itself seemed to hold its breath. Birds had gone silent, and even the usual buzzing of insects had faded into stillness. The only sounds were the hisses of the snakes and the shrieks of the monkeys. Then, in a final desperate move, the troop's leader hurled himself onto the largest snake's head. He bit down hard, his jaws locking onto the predator's skull. The snake thrashed and twisted, but the leader refused to let go. His body was whipped against the ground, yet he clung on with unyielding strength. Other monkeys joined in, pinning the serpent's body beneath their weight. Minutes felt like hours. The struggle was fierce, but finally, the snakes began to falter. Exhausted, outnumbered, and overwhelmed, they recoiled, their bodies sliding back into the dense undergrowth. With furious hisses, they slithered away, defeated but still alive. The troop remained on guard until the last trace of the predators vanished into the distance. Only then did the monkeys erupt into a chorus of victorious cries. They had defended their own, and the baby was safe. The mother monkey descended carefully, holding her child close to her chest. She approached the leader, who was panting heavily, his fur matted with dirt and blood. She let out a soft, grateful call, and gently touched her baby's head against his chest. It was her way of saying thank you. The troop slowly gathered together, licking each other's wounds, grooming, and comforting those who had been injured. They were battered, but alive, and united stronger than ever. The baby, once trembling with fear, now nestled safely in its mother's arms, its wide eyes blinking with innocent trust. For it, this battle was only a blur of sound and chaos. But for the troop, it was a victory that would never be forgotten. The sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of gold and red. The forest slowly returned to life, birds began to sing again, and the wind whispered through the leaves. The monkeys climbed back into the treetops, finding safety in the height of their home. That day became a lesson etched into the troop's memory. In the wild, survival is not only about strength or speed, it is about family, courage, and unity. The snakes had come with death in their fangs, but the monkeys had answered with love and bravery. And in the end, love had triumphed. As night fell, the troop huddled together high in the canopy. The baby slept peacefully against its mother's chest, unaware of how close it had come to tragedy. The leader sat nearby, ever watchful, his eyes scanning the shadows below. He knew the forest would always hold dangers, but he also knew that as long as they stood together, no predator could break them.